Here we have Nanny D's bacon, crispy onion and cheese herb scones. Very quick and easy to put together. I'm going to start by getting our mixing bowl. And to the mixing bowl we're going to add our flour. Just going to throw that in there. We're going to add our crispy onion. Then we're going to add our herbs. Put that in there. And then we're going to add our yogurt. Now this is a sweet and creamy yogurt because we're making scones. You want that sweet and creamy yogurt. We're then going to mix this all together until it is completely combined. And I'm just going to use a spoon to mix it together. It is quite a sticky mix when you mix it all together, and there will be a little bit of loose ingredients, but that's okay. So once you've got the bulk of it mixed and looks quite sticky like this, we're then just going to put this out onto the surface. So as you can see, it is loose and sticky. Throw it out onto the surface and then just use your hands and kind of knead it together. Now we're not going to over knead it. We're just going to pull the sides over and in like this. And as I said before, it is quite a very sticky mix, and that's what you want. Next we're going to get, I'm just going to get a pizza tray. I'm just going to spray it lightly with some oil. And then we're going to go back to our mix. And we're just going to make it into kind of like a tube, I suppose. So you're just sort of pushing it together and pulling it out, making it into kind of like a cigar shape, I suppose. Like that. I'm just going to use a very sharp knife and I'm going to cut this into 6 sections. This recipe comes together so very quick and easy. And then once we've got our 6 sections, we're just going to pull each section apart and we're just going to turn it into sort of like a round. And then we're going to place it onto that pizza tray. And we're going to make sure that it's a circular pattern and that each one of these are touching. You probably will have 2 that are a little bit smaller than the others, but that's okay. They do turn out quite big. So once again, you're just turning it into a scone shape, place it onto that tray and make sure that they are touching. So when you're finished, this is what it should look like. And next we're going to get 8 pieces of very thin sliced ham. And we're simply going to take a sharp knife and we're going to cut these slices into squares like this. So it's just, you cut along one complete side first and then you just turn it around and cut the other, and then you're left with all these little squares. And then we're just going to get our scones and we're going to place that ham on the top like this, and you can just press it down a little bit so it does go slightly into that dough mixture. And once we've done that, we're then going to get our tasty cheese and we're simply going to grate it over the top of that ham until we've got a nice little layer of the cheese sitting on the top. Look at that. So now we're just going to take this, we're going to pop that into a preheated oven, 185 degrees for 25 minutes. And look at these. Oh my goodness, how quick and easy were they? So I'm just going to cut it so that you can see how beautiful and soft they are and airy. And then we're just going to cut this in half. You can see how light and fluffy they are. And look at that, look how light and fluffy they are. A beautiful generous layer of butter in the middle, absolutely beautiful. So here they are, Nanny D's bacon, crispy onion, cheese and herb scones. Very, very quick and easy to put together. I hope that you do give this one a go.